What's up, what's up, YouTube? I almost said TikTok. All right, let me see if I'm live. We about to hop right into it. No delays. We about to hop right into this thing. No delays. No delays. Let's get right into this thing. There we go. There we go. All right. I was surrounded by a group of guys in Detroit, and it got crazy. I'm about to tell you the story about it. Here we go. All right. So look, that was my little intro. So one day I'm in Detroit. We getting ready to go skating, and I'm getting ready to go skating, and we get down there. Like, we get to the skating rink, and we have fun. We getting girls' numbers, and next thing you know, like 20 guys come walking up to us, and we on Schoolcraft in Detroit. If you from Detroit, you know about Schoolcraft. Schoolcraft ain't nothing to play with. Like 20 guys walk up, and they asking people where they from. And if you from Detroit around that era, you already know what time it is when somebody say where you from, where you from, where you from. All that mean is real territorial, and they want to know if you from that area, because if you not, they about to get on you. So back in that time, it was a real war in Detroit. It was like you had this hood versus this hood beefed out with this hood. So they just want to make sure they ain't gonna have no enemy in their territory. So number one, they can protect themselves. Number two, they can't have people saying, yeah, I went to Schoolcraft and I'm from here. It's like we wasn't even on no beef junk. We just wanted to go have a good time, get some girls' numbers, and just enjoy our night. But them Schoolcraft boys had another plan, and we in they territory. We in they territory. So of course it's gonna be 100 of them walking around the hood and all that. It was like 20 guys in white tees, and my cousin was like, man, they coming up pressing people asking where they from. I'm like, bro, shut up, bro. I'm like, bro, you can't let them hear you crying and scared, bro. And then my other cousin, like, man. So then he like, what we gonna do? I'm like, I don't know what we gonna do. I'm sitting here like, bro, I don't know what we gonna do, because we ain't had no poles on us, nothing at that time. I was young. I had to be like, when you go on the skate rinks, I had to be like 12. That's before I had my first pole. So I'm like, I don't know what we about to do. We just gonna have to just take it for what it is. We can't run. We can't go nowhere. We got dropped off. So next thing you know, as they getting close, man, they getting close to us, and my heart was beating. I'm like, dog, this really about to go down. And back then, they was not gonna play with you. It didn't matter if you was kids or not. They was not gonna play with you, bro. They was gonna try to for sure jump you, stump you out, stretch you, make an example of you. So then my heart beating. You hear like people walking around, and he like, hey, where you from? Where you from? Man, they look at us, start walking up to us, and next thing you know, I'm like, dog, here we go. They're like, hey man, what's good? And out of nowhere, you ain't gonna believe it, the police pull up across the street. And when I say them guys start walking away, I was like, woo, thank God. But I'm like, where's our ride? Call our ride now. Call our ride now. Do not wait. Do not, because it's over. And yeah, I say I was tough at that time. I was cut, but I'm like, man, this ain't even no fair advantage, bro. We about to get slumped, and we can't even do nothing about it. And I don't care how tough you is. You gonna fight it out until you gone. But I don't care how tough you is, man. You ain't about to just be happy you going through that situation. As long as you don't show that type of fear. And I ain't really show that fear, but it's like you still can't stop from what's about to happen. It's about to happen. So they walk away out of nowhere. Like our ride pull up, I hopped in the car and peeled out. I hopped in the car and peeled out. That was one of the most dangerous situations I've been in. Because guess what? If something would have happened to us, this before the internet for real. Like, we had the internet, but you couldn't just go and make a status like, I'm over here, this about to happen. Nobody would have knew what went on besides investigators and all that if we would have lost our lives. But if we would have made it out, got jumped, then we'd have been able to tell people. So, man, it's one of them things like, if you ain't never been through that, you probably can imagine it, but you won't fully understand. And if you've been through it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The best thing that I did in that situation was stay calm. Because if, let's say, my peoples would have got the panic, and they would have knew something was off, and they would have knew we was weak. The reason they hesitated a little bit, because we wasn't like, man, man, man. If my cousin would have said that in front of them, bro, what y'all think would have happened? They would have got on us right then and there. Or they would have stayed. Once we stood our ground and didn't try to get too aggressive, I know guys that be, man, what's up, dog? What's up? No, bro. Dudes get dropped easy like that. Don't do that either. You got to find that balance. Okay, man, look, we just here chilling, vibing, whoop, you know. But don't sit there and explain yourself. If you explain yourself, it's over. It's over if you do that. It ain't about being tough. It's about being smart. The loudest and the toughest guy in the room with that type of stuff, man, like it's over with. You get what I'm saying? And when the police pulled up, I don't even think they seen what was going on. I think they looked over there and all that, but they really didn't see what was going on. They wasn't there to save us. The police was just doing their job. You get what I'm saying? And I'm just glad it was like a delay. I'm glad it was a delay for real. You know, and Detroit ain't really been like that as much no more. Detroit ain't really been that type of, you can't be from this hood and go over there. It's more personal beef. It's more personal beef. Like if you beefing with somebody, then you don't go to that neighborhood that you know they from. You get what I'm saying? That's why a lot of crime happen in Detroit right now, because it's like people just still going to the stores. They like, man, let's go to this party. I don't even go to them type of parties. When people invite me to hood parties, no. Like I'll pull up to my block, like my hood and all that, and chill. But then when it start getting dark, I'm out of there for real. I'm out of there. The main things I learned from this is like, you can't let your ego take control when you in the streets, because no matter how tough you is, it's always gonna be somebody that can pull that pole faster than you, or somebody that's, you not bulletproof. I'm not bulletproof. You know what I mean? I've been in a lot of fights. You know, I done mess people up. You know what I mean? People done try to jump me, and it don't matter. Like I'm always nervous about somebody getting the ups on me. That's a big thing. Don't let your ego take over. Number two, you got to use awareness to avoid. You got to be aware of police right there. These guys coming. They gave us time to prepare. Imagine if we was just, it wasn't really no texting like that. We text, but we talked more on the phone. Imagine if we would have just been la 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 la, man, and turn around and it's 30 Schoolcraft boys or 20 Schoolcraft boys behind us. We wouldn't have been ready. So you got to be aware. Number two. Number three, when you stay calm and you stay chill, that's gonna save your life. I've been in a lot of situations where police was panicking when they seen me. Hey, get out the car, get out. And I'm like, hey, everything good? What's up? I got my CPL for my firearm right here. Everything cool. Whatever. What you doing around here? I'm just dropping my family off. Whatever. That's the best thing you could do in that situation. So like, who is more dangerous? A group with an ego or a man with patience? I want y'all to drop that in the comments. Which one is more dangerous? A group with an ego or a man with patience? You know what I mean? So, and then the final lessons with this is like, them dangerous moments really show you who you are. They show you if you shouldn't be out there, if you're not cut for that, or they show you like you can stand through certain situations. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is what happened when you stand your ground. You ain't got no pole on you, none of that. That show you really who you are. And it gave me the confidence of like, okay, Trey, you can do this. If you get in a situation, you know how to talk your way out of it again. So I don't know. I want to know if you ever seen something like that or been through something like that or heard a story like that, because no matter what, you could be in the suburbs. Once you get them young knuckleheads in school, they going to get on you just like that too. It don't matter. Like, it ain't just the hood. It can be you in school and you just got the want to be tough boys. College campuses. People always trying to press me in college campuses the most out of everywhere, because they know, you know, we ain't gonna be bringing weapons and all that around there, and like, you know what I mean, in certain areas and all that. So that's when they try to press. So you got to be careful, because you can lose your life in a bar fight, all that. That's why I try to avoid. I try to de-escalate. I try to talk my way out of it. Like, anything can happen. So yeah, so the biggest thing I say is stay safe, stay smart, and always have self-awareness and awareness of your surroundings. What's some of the rules that you live by to keep you out of trouble? Let's talk about it in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe too.